this year, our agenda is a little bit unusual because there are a few items that are not on the regularly scheduled program. Our executive director, Elizabeth DuBose, who is not here tonight because she is way under the weather, and we all need to thank her for not being here tonight next time we see her. Anyway, we all know that she's had just a sincere dedication to the Ossabaw cause, and she would be here if she could. And we do wish her a speedy recovery, and I know she'll be back in the saddle before too long. But this program is being recorded on Ossabaw's YouTube channel, so she'll have a chance to see it in the future. But anyway, many weeks ago, unbeknownst to Elizabeth, a group of former Ossabaw Island board presidents hatched a little plan to honor Elizabeth for her 25 years of service to Ossabaw Island. They planned to make the presentation to her at the beginning of this program tonight, and it was going to be a huge surprise. As usual, Elizabeth got the last laugh. Anyway, it was decided that the show must go on, so I would like to invite Zelda Tenenbaum and Patricia Barmeyer to come forward for a presentation. I also would like to invite Mark Frizzell to come up and accept the award in Elizabeth's stead. Mark is the foundation's facilities manager, and more importantly, he's Elizabeth's husband. So.
Good evening. Mark is a major part of the Ossabaw Island team, along with Zelda and DuBose also, who has grown up with the island and also. Mark, I'm going to pretend you're Elizabeth.
Okay.
So I am Zelda Tenenbaum, former chair of the Ossabaw Island Board, and we want to pay tribute to Elizabeth DuBose, who has been the director of the Ossabaw Island Foundation for over 25 years now. And she started in 1998, and some of us in the room remember that story, and some have followed Elizabeth along the way, as she has brilliantly plotted and planned strategic ways to bring the foundation into a true partnership with the state of Georgia and the public. Today, the name Elizabeth DuBose is recognized along the Georgia coast as the fearless leader of the present-day Ossabaw Island. I think you would agree. As our executive director of the Ossabaw Island Foundation, Elizabeth, your accomplishments on behalf of the Ossabaw Island Foundation are incredible. I'm going to name just a few. The signing of the first use agreement between the state of Georgia, the Department of Natural Resources, meant that the Ossabaw Island Foundation was to be, and has become, the trusted partner for implementing scientific, cultural, and educational programs and sound preservation of the island's resources. Purchasing the Tory West furnishings set the stage for the future use of the home. By hosting the annual picnic pig roast, Elizabeth was able to raise the funds necessary for those purchases. By creating the Ossabaw Island Education Alliance, a collaboration between the Board of Regents, the Department of Natural Resources, and the Ossabaw Island Foundation, we brought high-level engagement in historic research, symposiums, and programs. One of note would be the Institute on African American Life in the Lowcountry. You brought the Genesis and the Ossabaw Island project members together for reunions. You made the island accessible and shared the resources of the island to inspire artists, writers, archaeologists, historians, preservationists, ecologists, K-12 students, and more. You researched the history of the tabby making and indigo cultivation and dye making, then made that history and education available to the island visitors. You created the Ossabaw Heritage Day for descendants of Ossabaw families. And most very importantly, you advocated against and defeated Georgia House Bill 906 that threatened Georgia Heritage Preservation Act. And that included reaching out to Jimmy Carter for a statement. Putting your preservation background to work, you restored and stabilized 12 historic structures on Ossabaw Island. The clubhouse, the boarding house, and the slave tabbies have all received preservation awards from the Historic Savannah Foundation and the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation. And in addition, you have increased the visitation to the island from 500 in 1999 to 3,000 per year in 2024. Elizabeth, it is your dedication, your commitment, and your perseverance that we admire. Driven by an alignment with the vision of Eleanor Torrey West, your personal passion for preserving Ossabaw and your dedication to the continued use of Ossabaw for scientific, educational, and cultural use makes you a true steward of Ossabaw's natural and cultural resources. Your leadership has been recognized by your former alma mater, Hollins College, now Hollins University, and with an award from the Coastal Museums in 2023, and recently with the Governor's Award for the Arts and Humanities. We are very proud for you. Today, your loyal followers here in the room and elsewhere would like to thank you, Elizabeth, for your dedication to preserving Ossabaw for future generations. For all you have done and all you will continue to do in the future for Ossabaw Island and the coastal communities, we say bravo and thank you. Please stand and help me thank Elizabeth. And to thank you, we have a little token gift to present that Mark will bring home.
Oh, wow.
It's heavy.
Really heavy.
It's heavy. Show everybody. It's an Ossabaw Island donkey sculpture.
Bronze donkey. Wow.
And now I'd like to call on Patricia Barmeyer, who is going to present on behalf of the state of Georgia.
Elizabeth's accomplishments on Ossabaw Island and with the foundation are recognized not only by everybody in this group, not only by folks in Savannah and Chatham County and on the coast, but in state government as well. And Governor Brian Kemp, the governor of the state of Georgia, has issued a commendation, which I will read and we will present to Elizabeth, or to Mark, to give to Elizabeth. So, by the governor of the state of Georgia, a commendation to Elizabeth Eggleston DuBose. Whereas Elizabeth Eggleston DuBose began working with the Ossabaw Island Foundation in 1999, and for the past 25 years, Ms. DuBose has led the Ossabaw Island Foundation as it has collaborated with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources in its management of Ossabaw Island, consistent with the Heritage Preserve designation for use for natural, scientific, and cultural education, research, and study, and for environmentally sound preservation, conservation, and management of the island's ecosystem. And whereas under Ms. DuBose's leadership, the foundation has provided a wide variety of educational and artistic opportunities, bringing thousands of school children and other students, artists of all ages, and lovers of nature to experience and appreciate Ossabaw Island. And whereas Ms. DuBose has led the foundation in facilitating historical, ecological, archaeological, and other research projects on the island, and whereas in those 25 years, Ms. DuBose has led the foundation in the renovation of key historic structures on Ossabaw Island, including the clubhouse, the boarding house, and the tabby dwellings of formerly enslaved people on Ossabaw. And whereas Ms. DuBose is currently working closely with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources on the renovation of the main house for use in its educational, scientific, and cultural programming. Now, therefore, I, Brian P. Kemp, Governor of the State of Georgia, do hereby commend and celebrate Elizabeth Eggleston DuBose for 25 years of remarkable service to the Ossabaw Island Foundation and the State of Georgia, signed by the Governor with his seal.
Patricia, Zelda, and fake Elizabeth, everyone who worked on this, thank you so much for your hard work. Well deserved.